Okay, I'm still sitting outside of Darren's therapy meeting that he's been forced to go to by the courts. And I've called my phone and retrieved all of the messages off of it. I couldn't get the message I was searching for, which is the phone call that the animal shelter people accidentally called me during our interaction when I was right outside the car or with them, arguing with them about their accusation that I was abusing my dogs, or not abusing them, or whatever it is they accuse me of. I don't even know. Treating my dogs badly, letting them be in the heat and stuff like that. And I couldn't retrieve this message. It must be in my deleted messages, which is kind of weird because I thought I'd moved it back into my inbox even twice, but I go crazy every once in a while and delete all my messages because I get so many of them, and I have to clean it out so that I can keep my voicemail box open. So anyway, then I was uploading. We've finished the Endless Location Scout, and we've moved it from the library to the theater. The Endless Location Scout is the one we filmed today, earlier in our wilderness backyard. And then last night, I think it was, we were going through our clips and found two clips that I put together called Illumination. And Illumination was some filming we did when we were in Sam's Club one night when the windows were frosted over, and I was just basically filming the light through the frosted windows. And we had a conversation. And so it struck me, why am I worrying about this phone call message that they called me and left on my phone accidentally? They probably have all of this stuff recorded on their equipment because they videotape everything, and they'll probably provide that as disclosure or whatever it's called, discovery to us, and I don't need to copy it for them. Instead, I don't need to call witnesses, and I don't need to subpoena people. Instead, all I need to do is speak, and I don't really care about the outcome. So what I'm going to tell them tomorrow at the meeting, at this hearing, and it's going to be a short hearing, pre-trial. It's not really a hearing, I guess, a pre-trial hearing. And I'm going to tell them that all I'm going to do is read a statement. And in that statement, I'm going to talk about Buddhism, and I'm going to talk about justice, and I'm going to talk about this situation. And then whatever the outcome is fine with me. That's what I'm going to do. So that's what, sitting here in the car, being frustrated about a whole lot of things, technology, not having access to my phone, and some stuff I guess I'm realizing inside myself. It's human revolution. There's my baby. I'm realizing that, hi, I'm talking to the camera, that all I really need to do tomorrow is tell him that I'm just gonna speak. My baby's out. He's free. Yay. So anyway, I'll tell Darren with you guys watching. I was sitting here and I worked really hard. I worked my ass off trying to retrieve all those messages and get that message.
Any luck?
None. I found another message I didn't know I had. That was weird, but I'll tell you about that later. But
okay.
And then I started moving over Illumination, and I watched just little snippets of it, just to finalize it and move it over.
Mm-hmm.
And I realized I don't need to subpoena anyone. I don't need to have expert witnesses testify that I don't treat my dogs like shit. I don't need some recording because they're probably going to provide all that themselves. They will. The prosecuting attorney, they record everything, every interaction with people. They videotape it. So all I'm going to do is say, all I want is to speak. I want to provide a statement. And in that statement, I'm going to write it out, and I'm going to work hard on it. And I'm going to talk about Buddhism, and I'm going to talk about justice, and I'm going to talk about homelessness in Santa Fe, and I'm going to talk about the way animals are treated and human beings are treated. And that's all I need to do, and I don't really care about the outcome. And I really do think the judge is going to be fair.
I like this, baby.
Do you?
Yeah, I absolutely do, actually. You just tell the truth.
Yeah. Who cares about their procedures? We're getting caught up in their bullshit that they create, their systematic hoops that they always make you jump through.
Right. You know
so
that?
we'll go in there, we'll be there at 2:30, we'll meet them at first come, first serve at 3, 4 or 5, whenever it is, and we'll talk to him for 5 minutes and leave and go to Liam's evening class.
Okay.
Have a nice night. I've been worrying about this all day, and finally it struck me, I don't need to worry about this stuff.
So you've been inspired by
our own
clip. That's brilliant, baby. I love it. I think that's great. Yeah.
Thanks.
Yeah.
How did your deal go? I had myself, like, you're not on here.
My deal actually went very well.
It did?
Yeah, I can tell you 2 things about it. I'll tell you the 2 profound things to me. Well, maybe 3, but first one, I've been calling it quack counseling, but that's harsh because the guy that runs the guy, he's, I think, competent at what he does, but he's dealing with such a ridiculously limited format for what he could do if he was even competent or otherwise. We sit in there in this group for half an hour and just scratch the surface of people's psychology and emotional situations, and I mean just scratch the surface.
Yeah.
And he has opportunity to say some somewhat wise, somewhat inspiring things, and then send you on your way like you're going to be healed or something.
Yeah.
But okay, now having said all of that, one other thing, every day he gives us this little exercise of today's exercise was list 5 emotions that you don't like to show people and the ways that you mask them.
Wow.
But that's getting ahead of myself.
I don't even know if I could answer that.
But I'll talk about that second. The first thing I'll talk about is we work out of this workbook called Escaping Your Own Prison or some crap. Worst god-awful publication ever published by any publisher from whatever sick, perverted part of the world they came from. I don't know. I'm not even going to say more about it than that, but part of the workbook I had to draw pictures in, and it was like, draw a picture of where you want to be in a year, or draw a picture of something you really enjoy doing. And one of them was, draw a picture of the biggest problem area in your life right now. And the picture I drew was an hourglass. I'd done this exercise before when I was in this program before I dropped out and just stopped coming, and subsequently got arrested and was ordered to start coming again, where they started me from scratch and I have to do all the same exercises again. I drew the same thing I drew last time. It was an hourglass to say that the biggest problem area in my life is time, as in to say I don't have enough of it. And then I drew a bunch of other things that sort of hinged on that, that went around the circle called the life wheel. But the very first one, I drew an hourglass, said the biggest problem area is time. And I said, but you know what? I've been thinking about it since I walked in here, and I want to change that. And I crossed it out right there and just drew an arrow pointing somewhat upward, because there's like, I didn't know how to draw it, but I decided, no, time isn't my biggest problem area. My own attitude is, because this is something we've talked about, that and the way I described it to them is that I feel like I have a million things to do in a day, and if I'm lucky I finish 3 or 4 of them, but instead of, I actually said, bitching and moaning about that, I should actually take great joy in the 3 or 4 things that I do, and enjoy the process of doing them, you know. So
I'm trying to learn that too.
Yeah.
You're teaching me that, honey.
Well, hopefully we're teaching each other, because it's something that I think, that would be an important lesson for us. So that sort of colored everything that I drew from there, because that was the very first one. But so there was that, and then Another thing in the book was draw something that you're good at, and I drew me at a desk with a typewriter. We're talking stick figures, folks. I should have done me drawing stick figures.
Yeah.
Draw some mean stick figures.
You're good. I like it. I'm impressed.
I want to apply that to painting. Is what you've been trying to tell me. That the way that I just.
I want to apply that to storyboarding.
Sure. Yeah. Why not? You know, they don't have to
totally.
be, Da Vinci's, right? Storyboard pictures.
I didn't say they weren't Da Vinci's, honey.
They
said
could be.
that.
You're right. More like Picasso's when he was like high on absinthe or something. But something, and I said I drew me writing because I think I'm a good writer, and Brian said, I think you are too. And I didn't quite hear him. I said, I'm sorry. He said, I think you are a good writer. And I said, oh, thank you very much, because he's read letters that I've written to him and read something that I did for the class last night. And I was like, oh, thank you very much. If I was you, I would have bowed to his good nature.
Well, you can do that. You don't have to be me to do that.
I'm not. It just occurred to me that that would have.
Yeah.
You're right. I could have. And essentially, I did on the way out. He has to sign your book to indicate you did the work. And as he was signing my book, I said, thank you for the compliment. That's always very nice. And I can give you one back. I liked what you said tonight. Thank you.
That's nice.
Which is more generous than I've been at these things, because I've had a chip on my shoulder about all of this. But and the other thing, this is a personal you and me thing, sort of. There was the 5 emotions, list 5 emotions you don't like to show. And of course everybody did all negative emotions, like, sadness, fear. One of mine was love. I said, because when you love somebody, you're vulnerable. And so I've sort of played it cool and presented myself with the whole I could live without you thing, because nobody wants to be vulnerable. But I told him, but I'm working on that. I'm working on that because I see it now, and it's I do love you, honey. I never want to hide that from you. So that was my
really
night.
Sweet. I don't know, that sort of connects to things I've been thinking about. I was thinking, like, I don't know, there's something wrong with me. Like, I hide from love, I hide from your love. And I don't want to do that because I love you. You hide from love and you're going to end up not having it, and it won't find you.
So if you have it and you don't show it, you might end up not having nobody to show it to after a while.
You got to show me, but you got to find me first.
We're damaged goods, y'all. But we keep trying.
We're really screwed up. Trust me, we are.
She picks at my scab.
And blood starts gushing out, and we're like, we don't have any issues. Do we have to be there at 8?
I like your idea very much.
Oh, thank you. I already forgot about my idea.
Yeah, it's no, I think that's great. I think actually that makes a lot of sense to me, and you can do that and stand tall and be proud, and whatever happens, And
all I have to do is sit down and write, and that's what I like to do. That's what I want to do. That's what.
That reminds me. You can do that while I write my paper for Liam.
Yeah. But I won't be doing that tomorrow.
Oh, no, that's for the actual court date tomorrow, something else. Okay, right. Okay.
But you can still write your deal for Leah.
I'll do it months from now when you're in court.
You need to do it tomorrow.
I have to do it tomorrow. Because I don't see me doing it tonight, really. But I can get up and make a day of it tomorrow.
And I was able to listen to my deal. I don't have to be there till 2:30. So do you want to skip going to AA tonight? Or do you want to upload these? It would be either tonight or tomorrow at noon we'd upload them.
We could just go to the Friendship Club and upload them and leave.
I don't want to do that. I would rather just go tomorrow or tonight. Don't want to go to... They already feel like we're using them. Well, what the fuck? You guys are making us go.
And they charge you for coffee, for God's sake. They're making money off of us. It's like...
Only if we buy coffee.
Yeah, that's true.
I don't care either way. If you're dead set on, I tell them, we're going tonight. That's it. Don't even think anything else. And then I'm like, want to go tomorrow? But things changed. I mean, I found out that I'm not going to have to kill myself to go do this thing. I do want to take a shower tomorrow. Before we'd go to the Friendship Club and put on my dressy-ish kind of clothes. Maybe the same thing I'm wearing tonight. And
you look wonderful. I love the bright colors on the purple you were wearing.
Yeah,
and the blue.
thank you. This blue is the same thing, only in blue.
Oh, okay.
It's the same t-shirt in blue that I got.
It's very...
Oh, thanks. And I love the scarf. I'm going to stop wearing it eventually.
But it goes with everything, and it
really
brings out
like
everything. And it looks good on you.
Oh, thank you. And I don't have to dress in black for tomorrow because it's pre-trial. But I will have to dress in black or dark conservative clothes for the daily, the actual trial.
It makes sense. I'm gonna say you could go wearing a McDonald's outfit, and you'd be stunning, honey. You'd make those look good. I'm not saying you should work at McDonald's. Sorry to everybody that works at McDonald's.
Working there though after I graduate with 4 degrees. But hey, that's not that bad. I mean, really, if you're happy
we'll find a way around that.
That's what matters.
We will.
I'd be happy if I were with you, honey.
We'll both work at McDonald's.
That would be fun. But I wish there was a Taco John's here in town. Well, we could probably find a good taco place to work too, because we both worked at taco places.
Yeah.
And that was probably my favorite job outside of teaching, I've told you.
Yeah.
Working at Taco John's, it was so much fun.
Was it the people? Usually it's the people that
I
make
like
a job
working
fun.
with people, but I loved working with the fast food too. And that fast food, because I loved eating it, and it was good, and I was kind of proud of our product, you know. People liked it.
I liked my job at Taco Bell. I was
Did
there
you?
for longer than I was ever at any other job I ever had. So
Practically me too with Taco John's.
of course, I was the only one who could run the drive-through, so they were...
Really? You worked the drive-through too?
Yeah,
Me too. I loved the drive-through.
It was cool.
I did the drive-through and the inside because it was a small little place. And I could do both at the same time. I multitask.
Yeah, you have to if you're going to run a
fun.
drive-through.
It was fun.
It's a juggling act.
Well, anyway, so now we're promoting fast food jobs. But we need you to work at fast food because we're always going through the drive-through.
You should be designing the outfits for fast food joints. You could make them. You could make the people that work there feel better about their jobs.
Yeah, you want nice clothes.
Yeah.
I kind of liked my outfit for Taco John's. It was a plain beige t-shirt with a little logo and like black slacks or something.
That sounds all right.
I always wore my hair up in like a ponytail and a ponytail and a ponytail and a ponytail all the way down my back.
I guess you can't
I had
wear
thicker, longer hair.
You can't wear scarves.
You can't
if you're
wear
working fast food
jewelry at
because it
all.
would dip into the hot
Into the
fry
meat.
sauce.
The fryer.
And it would get caught in the conveyor belt at Burger
Yeah.
King, and you get sucked into the conveyor belt. It would be bad.
This is true. That's why they don't let you wear jewelry.
You look so pretty, honey.
My baby's always so pretty. We can't get enough of complimenting each other. We don't know how to take compliments very well, but
I love your clothes. Some people say like the clothes make the man.
yeah.
Fashion makes them. Nah. You make the fashion look good. It looks good on you. You make anything look good, baby. So you could work at McDonald's or Taco John or wherever and still bring it. Just like you'll bring it at the courts, no matter what you wear, honey.
Oh, thank you. Anyway, thanks. It's really sweet.
It's true. My baby got up and talked at... It's a bit heavy, but at a memorial service for somebody a couple of days ago. And I don't know, the whole atmosphere in the room shifted when she got up there. Just because, I mean, she sparkles, that's what I said. Not like glitter, it's something invisible, an aura, but it's sparkly. It's like, Anyway.
Thank you, and I am going to talk about that at some point. Maybe,
Yeah.
Maybe tomorrow or the next day or Friday.
When it feels right.
We don't have time. I was going to do it today, but today was so goofy, I didn't want to.
Yeah, this was a goofy day.
Yeah.
Totally
Goofy days are for goofy things.
So, which brings me back to the topic at hand. What are we going to do now? Okay, yes, I'd much rather go to the AA meeting tomorrow. Much rather do that.
Then let's head home.
All right.
What do you want?
I wanted to upload the clip. I wanted to, but...
we can either go and I'll upload it tonight while you're... What time does that meeting start?
It starts
8 to
in
9?
half an hour, yeah.
8 to 9?
Which puts us getting home late.
Let's just do it tomorrow at noon. Nobody's going to know the difference, really.
That's pretty true.
Not even 24 hours later. We'll get it done tomorrow, and then we'll upload both of them, and I'll have a little write-up for Illumination. And I don't know what I'm going to say yet. I'm going to keep it pretty simple.
Let it speak for itself. It says plenty.
Yeah.
Okay, it's a deal. That's right. There.
If you touch my hand, I'm like, rub my hand, rub my heart. Ow!
Oh my.
What is wrong with my heart?
It's over here for one thing. People are like,
I don't know if that's really my heart, but that hurts.
Well, it seems to be beating, so that's good.
We're halfway there.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'll rub your hand later, honey.
Okay.
I'll rub it for...
Well, let's go home and enjoy our space.
Yeah, let's do it.
We'll rub it for... You'll rub it for what?
I was going to say, I'll rub you long time. What?
I'm lucky that I found my baby. I found him.
I'm lucky that my baby found me.
I found him.
I made it out of the gutter long enough to be found, at least.
Thank goodness.
I'm sure you would have found me in the gutter. She found me at the school.
I found him at the school.
Yeah, I made it to the school.
And then I chased him down.
Just in time to be found by my baby.
And said, hey, come hang out with me. And he did.
And it was fun.
Yeah.
And then she left and I was sad. I was sad. And this was after having known her, like really actually known her for all of 12 hours maybe. But then she came back. Now here we are. So that's our whole story. A brief history of Jody and Derek.
I found a doggy in the back seat. My grandma's gonna stand up for us tomorrow.
This is Brian leaving the building. He might tell us we can't park here anymore. So if he says anything, you say he just came to pick me up.
Okay. I doubt it. But maybe you never know.
And my grandma will always stand up for us.
Yeah. I told him we're filmmakers, so he'll see the camera.
Cool. Okay, I'm gonna let you hold the girls and.
Okay. I'll do that. I'll buckle in.
Can we put this on here for the hell of it?
Put it on the tapping
It might be
stick.
interesting. You never know.
Alright.
I did some videotaping of me messing with my phone for like 2 clips. I'm sure that'll be riveting.
Let's see. How's that? I think it'll do.
All I did really online was tell Johnny our actual real phone number.
Oh, well, that was an accomplishment.
Yeah. Okay. Do you want to hold here? That's the girls' water.
I got my spray. So we're going home, folks.
We're going home?
Yeah.
Why did I get confused about where we were going?
Ah.
Jeez, I'm weird. Okay. Here's cheeseburger bun.
Did they ate the... Did you eat the meats, girl?
Yeah.
Girls? Rosie.
Am I running over anyone, honey?
Funny if you ran over my shrink.
No, it wouldn't.
He's not really my shrink, but it wouldn't be funny.
Honey.
So that wasn't really.
You mean, what do you mean?
What do I mean?
Oh, God, babe. Sometimes you say things and I'm like, oh my gosh, he actually said that on film.
Well, it was a tasteless attempt at wit.
Tasteless humor.
Yes.
Where
I didn't
honey?
actually
I'm
mean
lost.
it. It would not be funny. That's St. Michael's.
Right in front of us?
Yeah.
Okay, do I take a left to go home? Or?
Take a right to go home.
Okay, shit.
Wow, my baby got turned around.
You're right.
Like the
okay,
first and
now I
only
see it.
time my sense of direction was like.
Shit. The fuck? How do you end up out in the middle of the dealie? God, I don't like this. I can't see for shit, and then I'm like, oh look, somebody's gonna bash right into us. Not right now, but that's what I saw a minute ago. Don't worry, folks.
I'm putting the girls in the back because there's more room for them and they'll be more comfortable.
They'll be safer.
I'm only thinking of them.
Well, gosh, I hate it when I pull out in front of a car and like go, oops. It's been insane driving today. And it's only been a little bit of driving, thank goodness.
Yeah, I'm glad.
I still am kind of turned around. Is that the other McDonald's?
Yeah, that's the one we always go to. That's the one we were just at.
Okay, cool. We stopped calling it that other name.
Yeah.
Maybe best not to piss them off.
Really? Or a film.
Where did I put my harmonica? Oh, here it is.
Cool.
Do you think it would be okay if I... Oh, well, I won't do it right now. It's not the right time, obviously. You know, you try to make things happen. Shit. And then, like, they don't work. And sometimes you don't know if that's an invitation to try harder to make it happen, or if it's an invitation to do something else. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I mean, is it a feedback from the universe saying, fight even harder, make this happen, make this work even...
It's hard choosing your battles when it comes to stuff like that.
And then
Choosing
sometimes
right.
it's just like, okay, this is my sign from the universe that says I need to go a different direction. What do you think?
Well, it's hard to say because there have been times that it makes me nervous that, oh shit, this isn't working and it's not working. And you and I both get obsessed trying to make things work that won't work, like fixated.
Yeah.
And there have been times that I'm thinking, oh, it's time to walk away, and maybe I'll even say something. But Joe pushes on for another 5 minutes and breaks through, and success, you know? And it's like, wow, well, all right, I would just throw it in the towel. But other times, it's like, maybe 5 minutes later, it's still not working, and 5 minutes after that, it's still not working. And I don't know.
And sometimes it's just a realization that, hey, this isn't the right path. This isn't where I'm supposed to be going. I'm supposed to do something else at this time. Something more productive, something healthier, something better. In other words, it's a benefit.
And something you've always said is when something isn't working when you want it to work, it's not the right time for it to work.
Right.
Like, we uploaded Cowboy Coffee, and then when it went up on Facebook...
But we worked our butts off trying to make it work. We didn't just give up.
No, we didn't give up, but...
For 2 days,
at one point, Jay sort of relented and said it'll come up... Because we also uploaded Nesting, and Nesting had the same problem. It was coming up with the wrong thumbnail, which was just our stock footage picture of me and Jody, and not a picture from the clip.
For Google or
which
YouTube.
We didn't... Which was... It's a nice picture, but it's not what we wanted.
No, we want thumbnails from our clips.
Yeah.
They're little tasty things, tasty morsels to get people... To whet people's appetites.
Yeah, to whet people's appetites.
Yeah.
So after struggling with it for a while, and then I finally left my own comment about it with some, fake curse words, the symbols that indicate bad language, and ended with stupid Facebook. And then, like, immediately after that, the right thumbnail for nesting came up, and
Yeah.
Jody left a comment that said all you had to do was curse it out a little bit, give it a scolding.
Yeah.
So the one for nesting came up. Cowboy Coffee didn't come up, and Jody said it'll come up at the right time. And maybe it will. Maybe that's exactly right.
Maybe if somebody saw that thumbnail, they would be offended and turn us in or something. Or maybe
right. Or maybe the right person will be
on Facebook at the right
time,
and see it.
It'll get there on
The
time.
right people will see it at the right time. That's how it always works. It's just that it's hard to trust that because we get an idea in our heads about the way things are supposed to work.
Right.
And it's very hard to give up that idea
Very hard.
when the
Yes,
idea
very
is
hard.
probably really limiting us, really, in the end.
That's what I was saying about my art, the paintings in a lot of ways, that I get hung up on the idea in my head, and if it doesn't look like the idea in my head, I don't see the painting that has been created. I see where it
Right.
isn't the idea in my head, and it doesn't matter if it's wonderful or not already.
Or
it's
even
like-
better than the
even
idea
better,
in your
yeah.
head. Who
It's,
knows? I mean, I don't know because I don't know the idea in your head, but
But it's that unwillingness to let go of the idea and appreciate the way things actually come out sometimes, the way things unfold. If things are going, relatively well, anyway.
oh man, that painting! I want to see it again, but the
Yeah, I'll show it to you.
images.
I saw it yesterday when we were at the school, and I was pulling stuff out of the trunk. I stopped and looked at it.
Yeah.
I'll let you see it. I don't know. Of course, I'll let you see it.
No, you cannot see it. Okay, cool.
So, I don't know. When do you switch gears and say, this isn't meant to be right now, or I could be doing something else right now?
I don't know. I mean, it's about never giving up, but what does never giving up mean? It does mean tenaciously working to make your dreams come true. But also, I think being open at the same time to better ways, to information that can lead us in a better way.
More light on you. I see you. Can you drive like that?
Yeah. Hell, I can drive with the lights off and no hands.
She
This
often
is
does.
easy. Yeah. I always do
While
in the daytime.
texting, doing the crossword puzzle with the other hand.
I said I always drive with the lights off and no hands in the daytime. But not the no hands part, just the lights off part. I want to do a shout out, which we've done before, but those clips aren't up, to my friend Cheryl Lesage.
Oh.
She's in Wichita, Kansas, and we talked about she's a wine connoisseur, and she and Josie love excellent food, and she is a bookaholic, which I love, and I am one. She actually reads the books. I mean, she reads all these books, and she teaches at Butler, where I used to teach, and she went to school with me at WSU. Anyway, she watched our clip and she laughed about it. She thought it was funny. She watched Frankencord or Penis Envy, and she said that she laughed really hard at one point. And I just thought it's just so nice of her to watch our clip.
Yeah.
She's the one who was curious about about our cord and how much does it cost. And,
Yeah.
But Wendy beat her to any kind of action. But anyway, I mean, she watched our clips, she liked it,
Awesome.
and she made a comment, and she's watched a few of our clips and liked them. She watched Sketty and the Apocalypso.
Right on.
And that's one of my favorites. And how many favorites can you have? I think all of them are my favorite.
They're like our babies.
They're our babies, and we love them all in different ways. And But anyway, let's do a shout out to Cheryl Lesage and Josie.
Okay.
While I'm driving down the road, but I'm gonna turn on my brights.
Let's make sure that. Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
I couldn't confirm that you were all there because the camera strap was in the way, but you're definitely all there.
Oh, sorry, I got my brights on that dude's face.
Okay, let's do this.
Okay, cool. Ready?
Yeah.
Set?
Yeah.
Go!
Yo!
Cheryl Lesage and Josie.
Josie,
honey. You've got Jody on the brain.
We'll fix it in post. No, we won't.
No,
we'll do it
we're
again.
gonna do it right now.
Okay, sorry,
Okay.
Josie. My apologies.
He's just in love with me. You can't,
it's
true. Any J word, he'll say Jody.
Yeah, and
You know,
sometimes
like-
S words and K words. It's,
And F words.
Not lately. Well, it depends on the context, actually. Anyway.
They understand they're in love too, so
Cool.
yeah.
Right. Let's do this right.
Okay.
Yo!
Cheryl Lesage and Josie.
What's
Right
up,
on.
y'all?
Thank you for watching
thanks
our
for
clips.
watching. Keep
Cheryl,
watching.
for sure. And
Thanks for thinking of
yeah,
us.
keep watching, man. We're working hard for you guys, and we just want to make people happy. That's all we want to
Yeah, we're spreading the love.
do. Yeah. And I've got gunk in my eyes, but that's all right. I'm blind. Who needs lights? Who needs to be able to see the road? Are we on the road, dear?
Reminds me of something. I feel bad about something.
What?
We were talking about lights and the road and driving with no lights and no hands, and I was talking over you. I'm sorry.
Shit, baby, that's what we do. That's fun.
We
That's
do.
what's.
We do, but then I felt bad about it. But you do sometimes too. You're
I
like,
do
"Oh,
that
I'm
all
sorry,
the
I was."
time.
And yeah,
I think
and then you're like, well, I said this, and I was like, oh, I'm sorry, I was just like blah 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 blah.
Honey, no.
People
I'm
didn't
never
hear what you were
offended.
saying.
No, I'm not offended by that. What I'm offended by, if I'm with you, is if I just like, if you're talking to someone else and I'm being totally left out. I don't like that feeling. But I don't know anyone who enjoys it.
No, not really.
And that rarely happens, and I try to be patient and considerate and understanding when that happens, because basically, that's very, very rare, and it depends on the context.
Yeah.
But I'm sure I do it to you too, honey. I don't know. You'd have to say, but I think one of the beautiful things about our clips is the energy that we create, where we're building off of each other constantly, and we're interrupting each other, and that's part of the tension we build. We finish each other's sentences, and then, like, you'll finish my sentence, and then I'll go back and finish the sentence a different way, or vice versa, which I really see it the other way, where you'll be saying something and you pause, and then I'll finish your sentence, and you'll go back and you'll finish the sentence like a completely different way, and I'm like, wow.
And somehow with all these finished sentences, we never stop talking. It's like
we can finish but keep going. It's like building a
wow. I'd like to apply that to other areas of my life. I don't know.
Like what?
Well, private ones.
Like well, cool. That is what we do, honey.
Kind of. Well, not every time.
Well, no. What I'm saying is, we endlessly make love.
That's
no
true.
matter what
That's
we're doing,
true.
we're making love, and I really like it.
There are punctuation marks, like exclamation points. Like,
yes.
Scattered intermittently.
Asterisks.
Yeah.
Ellipses.
Yeah. On an aside.
Parentheses.
Yeah.
Semicolons.
Semicolons. Those are tricky.
They always have been. The Oxford comma.
Wow. That would be a new one on me, actually. I have to consult my, what's that book?
Oxford English Dictionary. No, you're strunk and white.
No, I was thinking of the. I can't remember. Damn it.
Is it a grammar book?
No, it's a different kind of book.
Oh, Comma Sutra?
Yeah, that's the
Oh.
one. Comma Sutra. The Comma Sutra. Yeah.
I mean, that's a good one. I knew you did that on purpose. Okay, now we found out the name of this clip.
Yeah. Awesome.
Oh, that's great.
It's like, I love it. It's like spontaneous
Combustion?
Yeah, that works. Yeah, that works. That's perfect, actually. It's what we do here at the Land of Truth. We burst into flames for no apparent
And
reason.
disappear. Excuse me.
Like, yeah, it's a neat trick, but you can only do it once. It's, that was the title.
But keep
of one
watching
of my,
because you never know when it's going to happen.
Right.
It's the title of one of your
one of my term papers in high school.
What? It's a neat trick, but you can only do it once?
Yes,
or
it was about
spontaneous combustion?
It was actually about euthanasia.
Neat.
I didn't get a very good grade on that paper.
You didn't?
No, we were supposed to be taking and writing from a predetermined ethical viewpoint.
Yeah.
And I made up my own. I was like, I don't like any of those, so I'm just gonna make up my own.
You made up your own ethical viewpoint.
Yeah.
Cool. I can respect that.
Yeah, because I couldn't really respect any of the other ones that we were offered, so I thought they were all bunk. But
Yeah.
they didn't appreciate it, though. It's like some people don't appreciate actors showing up at the set and ad-libbing their entire performance, and the scriptwriter's there pulling out his hair like, that's not what it says.
That's what Robin Williams did all the time, and he took things to the level of genius.
Absolutely.
And Johnny did that.
Yeah, he got a bunch of shit for it.
He's still getting shit for it.
Poor Johnny. Hey,
Tell him
Johnny.
what
It's not an official shout
Tell
out.
him what he did.
They were
It's
doing a scene where his character is a notorious cheater, probably an oversexed sort of would-be Lothario, and he walked into the psychiatrist's office or the hypnotherapist's office to seek hypnotherapy to help him with his cheating problem.
Sorry, it's flying all over the place.
It's okay. There were a bunch of snacks on the set because Milton, I'm not sure how, if he went to the store or if he found somebody to provide this. I'm not sure how it got there, but Milton had a bunch of snacks provided for us, and Johnny picked up one of them on his before they held action. He walks into the scene with a banana in his hand and says, "Hi, Doc, would you like a banana?"
But she was cool too. She said,
yeah, she just went with it.
She said, yeah, I'll save it for later.
And this was not in the script, but it did seem to be in character
interrupted him
somehow.
and everything.
And we can't see you when you turn that light
I know,
on,
I
baby.
want it off for now so I can see through this village.
Everybody was like all incensed, and Johnny got a scolding from half of his crew, and Jody and I were just cracking up, like over in the shadows. Like, it was funny, man. It was funny.
Yeah.
And the scene worked. They could have used it, but
I was figuring it might be at the end under the bloopers.
Yeah,
and it wasn't there, but
yeah,
that's too bad.
That would have been good.
That's
That would have been good.
But anyway, if we limit ourselves too much, kind of like what we've been repeating 1,000 times, then we're closing off spontaneity, accidents, synchronicity, whatever words, serendipity, whatever words that people use to describe these happenstances that they trip upon, and then it makes things so much better. Anyway,
we've hit the rough patch section of the road on the way back home.
We still got to go up. the steep part. I don't know. I'm still confused about where we ever were the first time we came here.
Oh man, we got so lost. Don't know how, but it was metaphorical. We were already lost.
Yeah.
We were,
It was physical too.
Yeah, what's that you say that it's,
Those who, not all those who wander are lost.
That's one, yeah, but I'm not sure. In this case, you said something of the internal and the external.
Oh, the oneness of self and environment.
Yes,
Okay.
that was us that day.
Yes.
But we found our way. Eventually, we found our way. And now, yeah, it's like how did we get lost? But it's funny how that works. Yeah.
But we found our way.
Yeah.
Because we worked through the internal stuff and then we found our way externally.
Yeah. It's pretty much exactly how it worked out.
Fucking A! We're doing good in the world, honey. I say go for it. Do good. Do good.
What's the worst that could happen?
Yeah. Well, the worst that could happen is something awful.
Right.
But you know what? At least you've done good in the midst of something awful. As opposed to doing something awful in the midst of something awful. Which we've all done.
Yeah.
But if we do more good than awful.
There's a
then...
fire. Let's pour gasoline on it.
Yeah.
That's kind of been my MO for most of my life. My baby's helping me with that.
Well, me too. I mean, we're a lot alike in those ways. It's like, oh, there's something lovely. Let's go destroy it.
Right. Well, this has been lovely, baby.
Oh.
This has been a lovely evening, a lovely drive home.
Lovely day.
Yeah, it really has been a lovely day.
Excuse me.
honey.
We're back up in the trees.
We're having fun. Bless you.
I think Dobby's been having fun.
I hope so.
I don't know if you guys can see her.
She's still got her sweater on.
Good job, honey.
Yeah.
Excuse me. We've had him a cheeseburger and some water from McDonald's. Walked him a little bit at McDonald's. And now when we get home, we got to walk him a little bit more. And without the old harmonica.
Right on. Nice.
And we're home.
Yay.